I mean, maybe if the player is playing in the CSA, but I can't imagine the AI doing too well in this situation. Okay, last short is at 66%. And our cavalry is doing okay. Yeah, the AI here just doesn't want to move out. Does Japan have any cool paths? I mean, I think basically all of their paths just lead to them trying to... Oh, never mind. Russia's annexed the entire country. Well, okay, that's done. That's that done then. Very cool. Okay, there's now war in the United States. CSA against the American Union... Or, yeah. United States against the CSA. How will it go? I guess we'll find out. So it's 37. Let's go for the research. Follow that up with a... Might as well get mobile infantry going as well. Okay, Donkoman units join the Reichspakt. I mean, we should have seen this outcome coming, because Russia is not very good. Promotion being voting on. They are doing transmitter voting rights. We're gonna lose some political power, but I want to be able to vote in the council. We got 1 yes, 1 no, and 2 abstentions for allowing Transmere to vote. Hey, we got our voting rights. Let's go. We have 30% influence now. You'd love to see it. We'll just gather these guys into one big army. Yeah, but now that you are socialist, you'll probably end up joining the Third International. I'm not too sure when exactly that'll happen. I mean, the Reichspakt, they do now have Finland. They got the Donkoman Union and Georgia. Are you guys going... No, you're not going socialist. I don't believe any of these guys are actually planning on breaking free from the Reichspakt, so that's good for us. And soon we'll be able to send another trade mission as well. That'll be fantastic. Canada had to annex Maine. The Japanese ambassador has become High Commissioner of Shanghai. That seems bad for me. Japanese influence now at 26%. We have no manpower. I guess we can delete one of you. Send a battalion over. And then we should be good. You have manpower. You got your equipment and you have artillery pieces, but we just don't have enough men to actually fill up all the seats for. We don't have enough men, basically. Okay, Hawaii is joining the Reichspakt. Costa Rica is in the Entente. They're at war now at Panama. And cynicism is spread to the Philippines, but usually it's going to lead to Germany's Asia seizing some territory from them. Well, we'll see how that goes. I mean, Indo-China's Union, it looks like they're slowly beginning to lose power. Mongolia and Tibet, they are at war now with the entirety of the United Provinces of China, so I feel like Tibet and Mongolia is probably going to end up losing their war. And we need to be at 35%. But I think at this point it might be too late. Because they have now gone national pop as well, right? Because they're now getting supported by the Japanese. 26%, we're at 30%. Is there anything we can do to influence the legation cities anymore? I don't really believe so. I might be wrong, but I don't really think there's anything we can do right now. Unfortunately. And I guess we might as well get you guys... Why not up to 100? Put you at 100 as well. We also... Yeah, we don't have any manpower to put these planes out. I need more men. In order for us to have more men, we need to be at war with a major power so we can actually do the plebiscite. You try to get conscription in the country, which right now we don't really have at all. Got another election going on in March. Romania joined the Belgrade Pact, so they're going to be going to war with Romania, or with Bulgaria, I should say, very soon. all looking up on Bulgaria. Advanced machine tools. Might as well, let's go superior firepower as our doctrine of choice. It's the one I basically always go with, so I guess it shouldn't be too surprising that's the one I've taken today. Also, do you need to be importing out aluminum? I've probably been wasting some, yeah, we don't need to trade this right now. We aren't exactly at 0, but we're at least getting 20 extracted. We're missing a little bit of rubber, and we are exporting some goods as well. Are we on free trade, or are we just on export focus? Probably export focus. Yeah. I think there's very few countries that start off as a free trade. They're almost all export focus to begin with. Yes, we get these two. Follow that with another 4 military factories. Getting 8 military factories to me seems a little bit overpowered, but what do I know? Put 1 more in each one of these as well. How's our Navy doing? We have built a single, really only 1 submarine. Probably because you know manpower to deploy some. We know manpower for anything right now. Okay, so yeah, the League of Six Provinces did end up joining up with the Qing. And the Ottomans have gone for a more liberal federation. Yeah, definitely looks like it's going to eventually be a two-way war between the United Provinces and the Qing eventually. And Hungary is probably going to end up dying. I wouldn't be too surprised by that. Switzerland did lose more territory, so they're probably also, I think they're the national populace as well. Well, right now they're liberal, but I'm pretty sure it forces them to go for enemies on all sides if they lose this much territory. I think they lose Romandy as well. It forces them to go for that. And what about Carlos Spain? I mean, the Spanish Civil War hasn't fired off quite yet, but I'm sure it will soon. Sweden joined the Reichspakt. Finland's in the Reichspakt. The Reichspakt, I would say right now, is looking pretty good. Definitely will kill Norway. And hopefully you'll be able to do a lot of damage towards Russia as well. Bukharin is currently in charge of the country. And because we'll probably see the Russians push their way down south into Alash, Turkestan, Bukhara, and Khiva. Okay, but the Spanish Civil War has now begun. And we probably do want to send, well, at least send air volunteers to start us out with. And let's get our aircraft ready to go. We can send 35 planes, I think? 36. Okay, so we'll take 1 less. You're now going to fly here. Just give some air superiority over this territory. But I mean, the Kingdom of Spain already looks like they're doing a pretty good job at killing you. You have fun with that. Of course, you want it back to Carlos if you're in the Entente, because that's the only faction Carlos Spain can join. Like, technically, the Kingdom of Spain can join the Entente as well, but they always join the Reichspakt. And Brazil is now at war with the Brazilian Republican Army. 1 civilian. Keep on going for more military dockyards. And the Canadians are here. Are they gonna let Costa Rica die? That'd be kind of funny. And Brazil is now at war with Sao Paulo and Rio Grande do Sul. I mean, how many men do you guys have? 7 to 26, 2 to 14. I mean, there's a chance that Brazil might lose the Republican Army. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I think it is possible. Thanks to the war support. I mean, actually, I do need the war support so we can maybe get up to... Yeah, let's go to early mobilization. Why is Brazil breaking up? Because they have gone national populist, which usually leads to a war. I think if they go national populist, paternal autocrats, or if they go socialist, Then there is some rebellions in Brazil. Yeah, Bulgaria looks like they're going to end up dying. You're at 10 out of 17, 15 to 39, and 5 to 37. You can see Ireland and Portugal has sent some volunteers here. And colonial reform. Okay, so you guys have gone social conservative then? Yes, you're social conservative now. So Middle Africa should not break apart. The stability is at negative 21, but I don't think that's low enough for them to break apart. I think it's negative 40 when the events start firing, if I'm not mistaken. And we will send one unit over there for volunteers. Because again, we do want their car list to win. Oh, Peru, Bolivia now exist. Welcome, welcome. They're gonna fight Ecuador. Is the Entente going to lose against frickin' Panama? That would be kind of embarrassing. They are planning naval invasions, but... Do I need to send volunteer, or not volunteers, do I need to send units over to Panama? No, but if I join the war, I can't send volunteers to Carlos, Spain. Okay, we got even more factories. We're going to go for even more civilian factories. Because how do you say no to this many factories? You can't. It's physically impossible. You also need more aluminum still. So one more on you. And you know what? Let's start building a handful of heavy tanks as well. Of course, the submarines cannot deploy because you have no manpower. But yeah, we go to trade. We're missing 10 aluminum. We'll get 1. We'll get 1 off you. We'll get 1 off Germany, East Asia as well. Start building our aircraft at a reasonable rate. The CSA is actually starting to win the war against the United States. I was kind of hoping that that would not happen. How long until you're here? Oh, 0 days. Okay, fantastic. Canada's also declared war on Puerto Rico. For some reason. They've got national populist. Haiti has declared war on the Dominican Republic. That doesn't really matter one way or the other. Let's send some troops up to Costa Rica. You know what? I don't love... I'm the Entente. I do not love to see it. It's the exact opposite of what I love. Let's put a little bit of pressure on you. Rio de Janeiro has fallen. Is Brazil really actually going to lose this war? I mean, they might. Rio Grande do Sul... Apollo, and a Republican army. I mean, they're all doing pretty well, all things considered. Costa Rica has fallen. Where's these guys going? Do they have any content other than fighting Indo-Chinese Union? They can go to war with the Yunnan clique. I know that's something that they can do because we did it when we played as them. But other than that, it's really just supporting, it's really just supporting Germany. And they can do some stuff against, you know, League of State Provinces or the legation cities, depending on which way those countries kind of align. And influence are still at 60%. We'll join the ISAC. Are you... Yeah, you are Carlist territory. Yeah, Peru, Bolivia ended hostilities. Got 1 civilian factory and a little bit of political power as well. We love to see it. I feel like it's been more than 3 months since we did any of these events, but Whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. I guess I can't argue with you. A year on you. 126 days is way less bad. I mean, the Carlos, I feel like are having a pretty bad time. And you're at war with Panama and Puerto Rico. See if you can invade Puerto Rico, but I don't know how. I mean, I guess their units are not that good. You might be able to actually get it to work. Mexico is now joining the International. So maybe our effort should be one, fighting in India, and actually fighting maybe against the Mexicans. Well, you don't have to go to war. I don't trust the AI to be able to fight the Reichspakt. If you're not playing a major Entente power, unless you're playing as either the French Republic or you're playing as Canada, I can't imagine ever going to war with the Reichspakt, because it's just going to end up in disaster for you. Why the Mexicans? Because they're in the International. We've lost IEDC engineers. Okay, the Canadian Friends have secured southern Panama. Will they start moving troops up north? You're gonna move up in this way. Secure Panama from the AI. Okay, Bulgaria is probably gonna end up losing their war. Let's go for the last level of our civilian factories here as well. And you know what? Yeah, let's invest 100 political power. I think we can do that. I don't want to think. I don't. We don't want to get any of this stuff done right now. We will get oil and we will get aluminum. But yeah, 3 and 4 is just not that good. Give me more construction speed. Let me build things. The more things we can build, the better. Hungary is doing fine. We might actually get pushed back out of this region for now. How long is it going to take our units to actually get to Panama? About a month and a half. I mean, that's quite a while, for sure. $17 out of 129, 74 to 157. I don't like how Brazil actually annexed Sao Paulo. But maybe Brazil will actually survive. Rio Grande Sul, 4 to 28. I mean, I really can't tell which way this is actually going. Well, Bulgaria did end up losing their war, not a major surprise. Mongolia will be dead soon. Tibet is probably soon to follow. What about more factories? More military factories? Yeah, more military factories, thank you. And are we missing any equipment? We actually need more rifles. So, you know what, let's go for... Why not a nice 10? Go for 10 factories there. And how's their superiority doing over in Spain? We are currently at medium. 151 enemy fighters. I'm pretty sure that's saying the Bulgarian government got overthrown. Nobody should be too surprised by that. Okay, but actually it looks like Brazil is going to end up winning their war against Republicans. Okay, Mongolia has lost their war. Panama has ended the war. I'm not too... Did they win? I'm guessing they won. So good, good work, Panama. You defeated the Entente. Where should we send? I guess we'll just keep you in Costa Rica for now. In the death of David Murray Anderson, today all flags in Sydney are flown at half-mast after the sudden death of Sir David Murray Anderson. Sir Anderson, the sitting governor of New South Wales, is most famously known for successful evacuation of the British colonies of the East Indies, saving thousands of lives of a large portion of the British Pacific Fleet. While Anderson has been ill for some time, leaving Sir Philip Street to fill in for his public appearances, he has been a vocal in supporting the Australian Guard as the only right-thinking men in Australasia who would be capable of enacting his plans to retake the East Indies. His death has only further built upon support for the right-wing movement. National populism gets a little bit more popular, but I don't know how much that really matters. Okay, Chile and Argentina are at war. Apparently you're at war with Nepal. Now you're at war with Paraguay. We need to actually, do we want to help India kill Nepal? You would not accept because you think you're too powerful. And you would not accept because you think you're too powerful, even though none of you have actually successfully done anything yet. I mean, you did take an island, but you don't have any actual ports. So you're not going to be able to stay on that island for very long. So I'm not too sure what your end game here is. Okay, we've industrialized the cells. So we got a bunch of civilian factories now. And after that, Navy experience. We get free naval bases, which is not bad. Enact the Anderson Doctrine. Probably we would want to do that because we want to be a little aggressive. At technology, focus on quality. Remove bled dry. I mean, getting state of the army does make sense. Something we want to do. Well, let's at least finish this first. Liquid power plus 100. No, let's do question of the unions first. Our industry is now pretty good. You know, 19,524. Then volunteers to the Dutch East Indies. As you know, a revolt has flared up in the Dutch East Indies with the native population seeking to secure their independence from their Dutch overlord. Though we have never really seen eye to eye with the Dutch, they still provide a level of stability in the region. And like us, they see the Japanese as a threat to that stability. Though we cannot overtly join the current conflict, we could send volunteers to assist the Dutch government and hold their hand like we had to do in the past. We lose political power. We lose some rifles. Here's the thing. Do we actually lose any guns? No, I don't think so. And we don't lose any manpower because we didn't have any manpower to begin with. So we'll allow the Dutch. Can I send them volunteers? I could send them volunteers. So I'm not too sure really what we're doing in this area. Okay, the council votes on limited conscription for the volunteer force. So you want them to have any volunteers. Well, right now they are currently pro-Japanese. Establish a China division. Did they go for Western? Gateway to the east. Did they sideline the Westerners, or did they compromise neutrality? Somebody already voted no. You know, we'll vote no as well. Everybody's voting no for Legation City to have more people. Does Indonesia have any content? They do actually have a focus tree. They can either go, I think they can go Syndicalist. I think that actually, looking at this, they can actually join every single faction. Well, actually, I don't know if they can join the Internationale. They can join Japan, the Entente, Germany, or they get an alliance with the Bahari Commune if Bahari Commune has a faction. So they can actually go in many different directions. Even though I think I've only ever seen them join up with Japan, or go Syndicalist, but then never actually join a faction after that point. I've never seen them join the Reichspakt or the Entente, but apparently they can, depending on the situation they find themselves in. Okay, Germany sending volunteers to the Carlist. CNT is having a bad day, so I mean, that's one of the main things we actually care about. The vote has failed. Why does Nepal get invaded all the time? The reason I'm pretty sure they get invaded every campaign is that Nepal owns territory that is core of the Dominion of India and Bharatiya Commune, and then I think they demand the territory, Nepal says no, and then they invade. That's usually what happens, and then India spends way too much manpower actually trying to take the country over. Well, has passed. The delegation cities are now allowed to have a navy. Good on 29. Good on 99 defense, which is pretty good. Well, hold off for a moment. I do think the Kingdom of Spain is probably going to end up winning this war.